Hello, hello, and welcome to Beacon of Hope, our Friday special program. This is the program where we come and we learn, we motivate, we inspire, we teach, and we have different topics. We cover different topics in our Beacon of Hope. So tonight, once again, it's Beacon of Hope Friday special edition. Are you there? Are you ready? I don't like preempting what we have, but obviously every time you see me come live, know that there's something new for you. There is something you're just about to get a treat. You're just about to learn something. You're just about to be motivated. You're just about to be inspired, because that is the idea behind Beacon of Hope. Hello, are you there? So as you come in, as you join us, could you kindly share? That is what I am doing right now, inviting family, friends, and all the people that I think should be here so that they may learn. I can tell you that every time we come here, it's never in vain. Even me, as I present this program, I always learn something new. I have never been here and missed something new. Every time I come here, definitely, there is always something new. So what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Please share. Hakimware wagadhirwa, you just said, what have you said? Yes. Jetera house, Jokiwa, yes. Call her, invite her. Jokiwa Westlands nyoba ito. Pastor Kiogo wapantis. Unaalikwa, we kunane to igerire. Just, yeah, that's what I like. That's the spirit. Hakimware wagadhirwa. Please, if you are here, just hit that button there. Invite people, invite friends, invite family. Because when we come here, it's not about me, it's not about my guests, it's all about you. We bring in these different guests to come to you. We created this platform so that we can teach, we can inspire, we can motivate somebody, and you are the person. And particularly now, today, we are talking about our youth. And listen, don't say, I am not a parent, I don't need this. No. It's even a preparation. If you're not yet a parent, this then means it gives you the right opportunity to get prepared, to be prepared for that time when you will be a parent, yes? When you will need this, yes? So please don't say, this one, I don't think I need this. There's always something new that we learn, yes? So we're just inviting everybody to just come and join us, Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just want to appreciate everybody who is joining. And as you join, kindly share. Yes, kindly share, yes. Please share. Share. We are waiting. And as we do that, I'm going to remind you my usual adverts. Yes. I can see Hakimware wagadhirwa, you are doing me good. You are doing really well. You are inviting friends and family. Remember, this is Christmas time. We are just about to get to the Christmas season. Have you sent support back home? Have you sent money to support family and friends? This is the right time. I know family and friends are waiting. Come on, don't delay. Don't waste time. Send your support. Send that love to them. The easiest way, the cheapest way to send money, the highest rate of exchange from Europe, from Canada, from USA, all over.
Niajiwase. TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate. Hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany. Tumakitu. Niajiwase. TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate. Hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany. Tumakitu.
love that beat. Tuma key to support your family back home. Then, just before we get the guests, and I'm getting you all sorted. And I hope as I do these adverts, you are inviting your family, your friends, because I did say you are in for a treat tonight. Yes, learning more about our youth, getting motivated. Please, 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 please invite your friends and family so that when my guest comes, they find these places flooded with people who are waiting, who are expected. Then please, are you planning to buy land, property in Kenya? Yes, and I did say I don't talk about anything that I've not approved. I've done the due diligence. Almond Estate Company Limited, Almond Estate Company Limited. Are you looking to buy a piece of land? Ada Gardens. These Ada Gardens, we spoke at length about this. It's an 8-acre plot. This 8-acre plot has a gated community, is a variable site and electricity on site. There is community area, there is a borehole, and it's only going for 750,000. And this Ada Gardens is in Nairobi, within Nairobi Metropolitan, in Kiserian, which is not too far, just slightly in the outskirts of Nairobi. Now, for this and others, there is a cash payment of 750,000, or you can opt to pay in installments. Just pay a deposit, a small amount, then fill in all the documents and pay within 2 years, 24 months. And the best part of it, interest-free. Guess what? If you mention that you saw this on Beacon of Hope or just mention my name, you will get a discount. So Ada Gardens. And to contact them, you go on +254 733 874080 +254 733 874080. That is Ada Gardens. Then I've got another one as I get my guests coming on joining us. The next one. Are you planning? Are you one who thinks you'd like a piece of land somewhere near Nairobi, not too far from Nairobi? There we are. 1/4-acre plots at Muthaiga, Keno. They're going for 20 million, and it's negotiable. It's flat area, red soil, near the road, electricity, water, and most of the area is developed. For this and more, contact the owner on +254 722 522 589 +24 722 522 589. And this is for the land in Muthaiga, Keno. Just not too far from the main road. I mean, it's just 100 meters from the main road, and it's a very, very developing area. It's moving fast. You can put up your buildings, apartments to rent, and even your own house. So please, all you get in touch with me for further details. Wow. Once again, I invite you and I welcome everybody to Beacon of Hope. And I say Beacon of Hope is that program where we bring in different guests. Yes, we bring in different guests. And these guests, thank you, my sister Anita. Thank you so much. We bless God for you. Have you invited people? Are you there? Are you tuned? Have you invited family and friends? Have you shared widely? Yes. And as we start off, before we get to see, before we go to our main guest, I'll get my guest. I've got 2 guests. I've got a surprise guest tonight. And before we come to the surprise guest, let's show you my main guest today is, we talk about the young people. Yes, I want to excite you as you invite people because this place is not ready. We're always complaining about the young people. And particularly we in the diaspora, we complain. Watoto hawa vijana wamekuwa mang'aa, they don't listen, they don't do this. As we were growing up, as parents, we are always just full of ourselves. As parents, these kids don't listen, these young boys don't listen, blah, 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 blah. We complain a lot. And I found out, I've been one of them because I used to complain. Yes, I've got a grown-up son who is in his 20s. And I've complained, he knows that. But have I really gone into the finer details of finding out where the problem is? Could it be us parents who are failing somewhere? Have we failed these young ones? Where is the problem? But tonight, we shall have a lengthy discussion with a young person and with another person who is mentoring these young people. So I'll bring in first. Hello and good evening.
Hello and good evening.
Yes, that's my first guest. As you can see, his name is Gad Torothi. Ha, that's a beautiful name, biblical name. I don't
Yes.
like introducing guests just in case I make a mistake. So, would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you very much, Mom. I call you Mom because you're not only a leader in the society, but as young people in this UK, we consider you as our mom, and we
Amen.
honor you and our bishop. Yeah, my
Amen.
name's my name's are Gad Turuthi, not a very uh, common, unique name. That's a kind of a Maasai name, but I just want to thank God for this opportunity just to come and be in this program. The other day I was listening to you and you say, despite of COVID has also brought some good things that we can communicate in this kind of a program and just look at community initiatives that are bringing to light issues that we are going through. So I'm honored, Mom, and I thank God even for everyone who is joining us in the beacon of hope.
So, have you invited people, Gad? Have you invited people, son?
I've invited people. Some are sending me and asking me where is the link. Maybe you can make it a bit clear how they.
Would you like to share your Facebook page so that they can follow? Or if not so, would you like to ask them to follow us on YouTube? If they go on Beacon of Hope Beacon, they will get us there.
Thank you.
YouTube
I will.
link. YouTube, you have the YouTube link. I shared with you the YouTube link, and I'm gonna get somebody also to put that up there for me. But it is Beacon of Hope Beacon, and the link will come up shortly. So kindly ask people to share, ask them to join on your Facebook page. We are live on Facebook and we are also live on YouTube, which is Beacon of Hope Beacon. Jabibu, the Blessed Cecil, all of you are joining in and we really, really appreciate. Now, before we go again to God, before you go back to God, who is here to talk about mentorship, I also have another guest, a surprise guest who was not, I did not advertise that. I'm always full of surprises. Aha. And my guest is Ken. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, good evening, Ken.
Good evening. You okay?
I'm all right. Would you like to introduce yourself? Don't assume people think Ken. They know Ken. Please
Yeah.
kindly introduce yourself.
I'm Ken Kangede, and I work in digital marketing and have a background in television production also.
Right. Where are you based, Ken?
Based in London, born in Nairobi.
Good. Good to see you. And for those of you who do not know, I'm proud mother of Ken Kangeve. Last time I never said that, and people asking me, could that be the Ken you always talk about? Yes, but here Ken Kangeve is here to talk about other things. And obviously, I bring other people. I'm not bringing him here just because he's my son, but it's because of the things that he is doing. So alongside my other son, God, I've got two sons tonight. One, my biological son. We're going to talk about the young people. So between the two of you, I know Ken has got a program to talk about, and God also has a program. Between the two of you, I would like you to tell me your own thoughts. Where do you think, what are some of the issues that you think are happening among the young people here, and particularly now the boy child? We speak so much about the girls, and people think, oh, all the programs are about girls, all the mentorship, all the women, all the ladies. And now people have said, come on, guys, think about the boy child. You two, different ages. Whoever wants to come in first, where do you think the main problem is with the boy child in diaspora? Where do you think, is it the parents? Is it the community? Is it the lifestyle? Is it the children themselves? Where do you think the problem is among the boy child? Who wants to come in first? Obviously, I'll go to God.
Well, I want to acknowledge, and I'm not here to pull down the parents, uh, especially the single mothers. I just want to be very open. I don't want, Mom, for you to receive letters after this, but I just want to acknowledge that we have a problem, and that problem is due to many factors. We have many moms who are doing they are working extremely hard to raise up their sons. But the truth be told, that no matter how much loving a mother is, it takes a man to speak into another man. It takes a man to raise up a man, and to speak to remove the man in the man. You see, before Ken speaks, I just want, because I'm not ashamed. I'm a youth minister. I love Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior.
Amen.
I want to declare that God Himself showed us the way. If you read in the scriptures, immediately after baptism, God Himself spoke and said, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased." So we have a template from our loving Father that what the sons are looking for is affirmation. I was a young man and I'm still a young man. And if my father told me, "Well done," oh, you feel you're in heaven. So what I believe is lacking is, and that's what we are going to come in later and discuss, is the role model, the male figure in the society, the man who is going to come and declare, "You have done very well." Because most of these young boys, when they go to school, and you're a teacher, mom, a 3/4 of, in fact, just not even a quarter, almost all the teachers the young man is going to find is the female teachers. When they go to Sunday school, apart from maybe the pastor, the Sunday school teachers are ladies. At home is the mom. So the feminine futures are all over. We need men who are going to stand up and say, "This is where we now
Thank you.
come in."
Thank you. I'm going to cut you short and say one thing I know beautiful, and that's your observation, and I'm not trying to defute that. Don't forget, I have brought up my son as a single mom for over 20 years, and statistics have found out that most of the children who are failing us are not what people used to think. They are not from single parents, because single parents would be very, very careful. Well, however, the male figure is very, very important in a boy's life. And there are other things that I'm not anymore, single parents could do. Like, for example, when I brought up my son, I had mentors. I had a male pastor who could talk to him. I had uncles who could, and up to today, he's got his own uncle, and now with the dad. And they used to talk to him in his life. Well, I don't want to preempt that. I want also to hear from Ken. Ken, where do you think there's a problem in the male child in the diaspora? Over to you.
Thank you. As God said, there's a lot of issues at play. But primarily, maybe it's perhaps a lack of maybe direction, in society, and losing that idea of I guess what it is to be a man within society. Because I specifically speaking from a diaspora perspective, where we've got two cultures playing within us. We've got two sense of identities within us. We've been brought up with kind of two different societies, so we might along the way lose track and sight of who we are, and that could take a toll on itself without even realizing before it's too late. And also, I guess, the differences in the moral compass, and what we believe, what church tells you and what society tells you, and what you want to be and how your friends are, and there's so much at play. So I mean, there's a lot of things. I can't point to one in particular, I'll be honest. I can't say it's one thing in particular. There are a lot of issues at play, and there are a lot of things at play. So yeah, that's it's a very broad answer, but that's what I think. No.
Thank you so much. Quite a broad answer. And this is, we said in tonight's program, we just want to be that open person. And like both of you speaking from different ages, but both of you in diaspora, Ken speaking from a younger man's perspective, having grown here from a very young age. As I can see, my sister Ruth Moiro is saying, "Oh, you are sad." The last time Ruth, I'm sure you saw Ken, he must have been maybe 8 or 5. He's a grown-up man. So God, Ken has mentioned a few other factors other than lack of that role model. And I also agree, yes, the lack of role model is there. It is there. We lack because if, for example, a parent is too busy, they don't go to church, they don't have a group, they have nowhere to take their son. And if you're a single parent, and also don't forget, we have a home where we have both parents, but lifestyle, like Ken said, several factors, lifestyle, they have no time for their children. So there are so many factors in play here. So many factors in play here. Now, my next question, I know this might sound a bit not political. There's a lot of talk about the black boy. One, the black boy underperforming in school, a black boy underachieving, yes, a black boy, being the highest number of in crime. For example, stabbing, theft, you go to the jails and drink, drive, drugs, the black boy. Why is it the black boy? Because the two of you are here, you're black. I mean, why? Why do we have the black boy? There's so much talk about the black boy being in drugs, being the majority in jails, underperforming in uni, not willing to do the best jobs, all these, why the black boy? Who wants to come in? Whoever is ready.
I don't know whether Ken can come in, but let me just say, it is also a factor of many things. For example, we, the diaspora, we have now, we are about 3 generations.
Yes.
This is the generation of you guys who came. And generation is about 30 years, for example, 40 years. So now we are going to have another generation. When I say you, mom, and including some of us who came other later, I'm going to combine us together. But we are having another generation who are not entirely Kenyans, they are Britons. These children, they are not they are not from Kimede. They are not from Ruaraka. They are Britons. Even their tongue, when they speak, they don't have a problem with ara and ero like us. So I remember we had an issue when we were in Cardiff. There's a lady, and she did it very well. For her, the lady, she's Briton, she's born here, and she wanted to do a wedding, and the mom wanted her to do the typical Gikuyu wedding where you invite everyone. But for her, she wanted a typical Briton wedding, a just private one. So what they did, and I think this is the wisdom where we are going to come in. The mom organized with her for her to have the tradition of that kind of a Kikuyu where we can come and sing, but later allow her to do her private wedding so you can incorporate both cultures. So you see, we are having children who are born and brought up here, but in some ways we want to raise them like Kikuyus, Luos, Kisis. But they cannot be like that. We cannot raise them the way we were raised. Sometimes we have to incorporate we cannot leave the values of God. But there are some systems which worked in Kenya which will not work right now. So I think it is it's a multitude of many things, but we have to admit we have children who are Britons. They may not like the githeri and the ugali every time which we cook. Sometimes they just have their way of doing things, but the system, the godly principles, which will never change, the godly principles of raising a child, and there's some disciplined ways of disciplining a child without disciplining them the way we were. For us, we were beaten, really beaten, and we could, and it may not work here. But these ways of raising children, and that's what we aim to bring the godly values, which don't change whether you're in America, whether you're in Kenya, whether you're in UK. They are principles.
Right. I'll still take you back. You're sidetracking a bit. I am asking, you haven't really tackled my question well, and I'll go to Ken. Why do you think you kind of, yes, you answered halfway. I want us to go into the main points. Why is it that it's statistics? This is nothing we can hide. Statistics are showing that the black boy is underperforming in schools. The black boy, they are the majority in prisons. The black boy, if there, for example, there is 10 out of 10 boys and there's drugs, 6 out of them will be black. If there is stabbing, out of 5, 3 out of the 5 will be black boys. Why do you think? Is that true or what's happening? Ken, would you like to tell us? What do you think?
No, it's not true. It's not true at all, at all. I think from my perspective, especially growing up in this country, there's first of all a big stigma, behind black boys that follows us throughout school years. From the beginning of basically year 7 to maybe year 11 college. There's a stigma that will always follow you as a black boy, as a young black man, and you can't shake it off because it's inbuilt in society. It's built in the society that we grow up in.
Mm-hmm.
You have to admit that it's we're growing up in a white society, a white country, and the words like black on black crime, which doesn't make sense. You don't hear Asian on Asian crime, white on white crime. Doesn't make sense. Things like that add to the stigma of being a black man and being a black boy in this country, and it doesn't help. Up to the age of 11, all of us, and I'm sure you're a teacher, this, up to primary school year 7, we perform create like really good. We're top of the class, we're really good, but from age 12, 11 onwards, that's when you start seeing the changes. That's when you start seeing the issues, as they like to call them, or whatever else. So clearly there's a disconnect there somewhere. There's something that happens in that time of secondary school, the transition between primary school and secondary school, where we're seen, because in black boys, you're seen as adults before you even know what to be and how to be an adult, who you are. Like you're stigmatized. Like growing up, if police see a young black man, or even just walking down the road as a young black man, you're seen as older than you are, or you look, you're stigmatized already. So there's so much to unpack within that, and I don't think it's just a one shoe fits all kind of thing. It's a lot more than that. Even in terms of crime numbers, I mean, if you were to compare numbers in London versus numbers in places like Glasgow, or, up where there's majority white people, there's no comparison. That's why I go back to what the stigma behind words like black on black crime. It doesn't make sense, because if that's the case, then every black man is violent. Every black man is a criminal, and that's not the case. You know what I mean? So there's these subtle things that are inbuilt within society that we live in, that it just it just follows you. The teachers that teach you from primary school, secondary school, they already have a stigma. They already have premeditated agendas, and they already know what they think of black boys. So before you even have a chance, you're already stigma. You're already 2 steps behind. And then it starts from little things: excluded from class. Eventually you're kicked out of school, and then statistics show very clearly that majority of kids that are kicked out of school at a young age, they end up in prison. And it's essentially a direct route to prison, being kicked out of school. There's no hiding from it. Once you're kicked out of school, they might as well just put you in prison straight away, because that's just a direct route to it. So it's not a problem within the black community. It's a problem within society, I would say. It's not something that we want. It's not something we like, but it's just the way society carries us. We have to carry ourselves a certain way too. Black men or black boys are seen to, we're seen as a certain type of way, and we can't shake that off. So it's society more than, I would say, us. So
Woo, woo,
yeah,
woo, 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 woo. God, me and you, I know you. We are all different kind of ages now, but there's so much there to digest. What did you call? What did you call that? There is no black and black. What?
there's no such thing as black on black crime.
Ken, and your uncle Jeho says Ken has a point in stigma, but how do you break away from that and break the cycle? We still come back to you, Ken. It seems you have got so much. Yes, there is that stigma, but how? Uncle Jeho would like to know, how do you break away from that and break the cycle then?
It starts with things like this, discussions, being open and having forums where, you know, black men can talk, and then it goes then to talking to, because me myself, I'm not that like you have to target from primary school, as I said, from the ages of 9 to 12 to 13. Those are the years that they condition the person that you will become, and those are the years that you're in school, that you're learning these things. And it's not an easy thing to tackle, because the society doesn't want us to change. It wants someone to blame, and we're that person to blame sometimes. They don't mind pointing the finger at us. It's okay. It's the black boys' fault. It's always the black boys. Honestly, it's true. And so it's a thing of, I think it's just mentorship, and as God said earlier, having role models, having people to look up to, having and it's not just sports or entertainment, more than that, having doctors, having lawyers, having engineers, people that are, you can see that are clearly, you can look up to, you can see what they're doing, and they are willing to give a hand, give a hand back and help also. Because a lot of the time people, it's that thing of someone, they want to make it, and then once they make it, they go, they disappear. You don't see them, and that's also a problem. I mean, it's not, you do want to make it and help your own family, but you also have to help the wider community, so yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. God, there we go. God, there you
Yes.
go. And Ken, your brother, Rev Bonnie, says labeling.
Yeah,
Okay, God,
definitely.
come back and tell us, God, what do you think? Ken has made the points and he has challenged us. So, what we think is the problem. Ken differs with that in a bit. What do you think? Coming now.
In a way, I tend to agree with Ken, because if if a crime happens in this neighborhood, I mean Coventry, the first suspects are the black boys.
Mhm.
The stigma of, but what we can do is that we have to up our game. People like Ken and my son, people like Patrick, they have to go for big things. There's nothing which can prevent a black person from becoming a prime minister in this country now. We have to start setting standard high, because the truth, we will always look like suspects. We always look like if seriously, our color, they betrays us. But we have to set. We have to do things in an excellent way, so that um, that prejudice and that pinpointing, when they come to our people, they know that if you want to find people who are excellent, if it's
Mhm.
music, if it's sports, it's our black people. Because the truth, and I know Ken knows this, if you look at the universities right now, the people who are excelling, especially the Nigerians, they are doing quite remarkably well. Even our Kenyan, most of our people who come here, they go to school. And so it's a matter of excellency and setting standards. We want our young people to go to the next level and achieve great things, so that when they look at black people, they are going to say, yes, even the children of the immigrants, they can transform. We are not going to look like the issue of stabbing suspects and everything. So it's a matter of upping up the game. And that's why now we need the dads to come in and tell our people that you can do it. That affirmation is very important, because what most of these black boys who give a bad name to our society, what they are looking for is identity. They are looking for people who are going to tell them that you can do it. As you said, and the truth is that yes, a single mom, and you've done it, you can raise up excellent male children. But the truth is that the issue of father figures in the society is vital and is needed. And people who are going to stand up in society, bring up our young people together and tell them we need to change. We need to change, and you can do it.
Right. I hear you. I hear both of you, and I see all the comments coming up, guys. And if you have any questions, any comments, we welcome our comments. All black boys are looking for affirmation. My sister Anita says, Ruth Moiro says, all is crime. Bishop has written a lengthy comment there. He says, yes, and that's true. We went to Central London last night, and he saw these boys near Hyde Park. He hadn't seen the boys. We just saw police and everywhere. Those of you who saw me last night. And then the next thing, Bishop went closer and he found 4 boys handcuffed and they were being pushed to the wall. And he was very irritated because they were all black. You know what? And he was just about to approach the police and ask what's happening. In the news this morning, we heard a boy was stabbed, killed. The same spot. So why all this? What is really happening? Ken is saying it's more stereotyping. It's not. But still, we cannot hide from this. There are statistics, about the black boys. There is still something. Are we the majority at that age? And like Ken said, it all starts at a certain stage. I'm going to come to this other question of knives. Now, because they do not have guns like enough, and in US, because in US it's just a gun, shoot and kill. Now you find that most of the boys here are carrying knives, including school-going boys. They are carrying knives, and it's such a challenge. I remember we were discussing this in my new portfolio, and we were looking at it and thinking, what can be done? Why do you think these young boys are? And one thing, they're in gangs. I would like you to think about it and tell us what you know. You might not have the answers there, but what you've heard, what you know. And they are the ones who carry knives. I think I've only had very few of the white boys in stabbings and carrying knives. Why do you think? Why? Why do we have so many of our boys caught in knife crime, stabbing, and all this? Ken?
There's a lot to unpack in that question. I think, first of all, knife crime is not exclusive to black boys. Statistically, I'll say this again, and I said this earlier. If you go to somewhere like Glasgow, which is known as the knife crime city of the UK, is no black boys stabbing each other. There's no black boys up there. However, the news, and that's what we get, and that's I assume that's where your statistics are from, will only report on what they want to report. There's an agenda, of course, you can't deny that. But I will say this, in terms of knife crime and violence in general, and whatever we've seen, I mean, it started maybe early, where it started rising, shall I say, or the reports of it started rising in the early 2000s, which coincided with a lot of closures of youth clubs and youth facilities within communities, and that is a clear, there's a clear point there where if you close down places where kids can go after school, there's only one place they'll go, and that's with their friends. And once you start chilling with each other, or you start hanging with friends or whatever, you're labeled now as a gang, which is, these are just your friends, these are just people from school, these are just friends. But now you're a gang because of that's what society calls you. You're a gang. So you don't even know you're a gang, but you're called a gang. And then eventually you meet these other guys who look just like you, who dress just like you, they're black just like you. And then they're another gang, labeled a gang. And then now you have a problem because you've been told you're meant to have a problem. There's two gangs, and essentially it started as just friendships. It started as people from the area. It started as just friends. So there's a lot of issues in terms of what the part that I'll say, I don't want to say government or even local government, but the part that the wider society has to play in these issues, because these things don't just happen. You have to look at the deeper issues. What is it that combines or that puts all these issues together? Things like poverty, things like underprivileged, housing and schools and things like this. You can see there's a clear there's a clear, there's a clear alignment there of issues leading up to where someone now has been stabbed, or if you go back far enough, you can see how these things happen. So if you just look at the surface area, you will never get the answers, because we'll just be going around in circles. If you just say why are black boys stabbing each other, then that's not a question worth asking. I would say why why are schools underfunded in certain areas? That's a question you should ask. Why in certain places there's no youth clubs, things like that. Then you can understand deeper why these things happen. So I think there's a question to be asked of why certain areas are worse than other areas, and that's to do with more than just us. That's to do with the wider government and wider areas. So yeah.
Well, I like Anita's comment there that labeled a gang member just because of association. Very true, Ken. We might still continue differing because we still it's a discussion, which is a very, very healthy discussion.
Let me come in shortly.
Go on.
And confirm what Ken has said.
Go on.
It is a factor of things which there's a report which I was just looking at this issue of stabbing because I've been trying to understand it on how we can tackle it. A report commissioned by the West Midlands Combined Authority, WCA, and West Midlands Police Commissioner and Crime Commissioner. This is on the 12th March 2021. Look at these factors. You're going to see what happens. 9 in 10 children, these are children in the criminal justice, so that we see what happens. These are the children now in the criminal justice in the country. Not necessarily black, but you're going to see why the black people fall on that because of the areas. 9 in 10 children are suspected to have been abused. 8 in 10 are suspected to have had issues, fatherly issues. 8 in 10 was subject to school exclusions. 7 to 10 as they were known to be subjected to victims of violence. And 7 to 10 were as a result of poverty. The places, as Ken has said, there's some places because of the funding and the way the areas, the police and everything. So the report says tackling gang crime and child abuse is important, but also providing the young people with opportunities to contribute positively is also very important. It's going to take a lot of things for this gang crime and stabbings of knife to calm down. So it's a factor of a couple of things.
Wow.
Including better job opportunities and better education.
I think I have to tread on very, very soft ground here because I can see you guys are, I'm on the other side. You are indirectly attacking me. Paris Jerry says, I agree with Ken in regards to crime. Most places where children used to go to keep themselves occupied positively were closed or not funded anymore, causing children to hang out with their peers. I do agree with you. But what are we doing as communities? Should we just then sit back there, cry, and just say, okay, things are happening? What can be done? What are we doing? Because at the end of the day, life has to continue. Yes, there is the underfunding, which we are always talking about. I am there in the council, and I know most places like my borough is underfunded. Most of the youth places have been shut down by the government. They talk of underfunding. You go to the schools, they have cut down to the support that they were giving. So really, what do we do? Housing, it's a problem. No jobs. So should we just then continue crying wolf and say, we need to do something before it's too late. We need to rescue the boy child. We need to talk about ways and means of rescuing this boy child. Because if we continue this way, then we will have no boy child in the future. We will have no men in the future. So that's what we are here for, because we are thinking of that boy child now. And I'm glad that it is not just in UK. We will open up briefly. We talk about even in Kenya. I hear them all the time talking about the boy child. Mwana wakahe ameachiliwa ana mwenyewe. Everything, even the government is funding women and girls, women and and where is the boy child? Nowhere. The boy child is nowhere. He's nowhere mentioned. They leave them to go and tend for themselves. I think what's happening again is we are hitting that button that was left when women were not supposed to be anywhere. So they've, since the Beijing, they've put so much input in the woman and the girl child such that the boy child has been forgotten. So we come back now to what are the measures? What do we think we should be doing? We are talking about us as a community. Listen, we started our introduction by talking about the broader boy child. We come back to our own child where we can even think of the church and all that, because it's not every child who goes to church and all that. It's not every child it's not every child who would be engaging in the kind of groups that we have. So we, as our own community, because I've brought you here. Yes, we are going to the wider community, but we're being selfish. We are thinking of our Kenyan boy child. What can be done? What are we doing? What do you think? What other approaches should we be looking at, Ken?
I think it's just general community building and community cohesion. I think I'll give you one example. I've got a friend who's a girl actually who started a black boys club, and she just kind of had an idea with her friends to kind of find a few black boys in her area of South London, and just every weekend or after school, just meet up, read books, take them out, go to different places, show them different things. And this was an idea she started about I want to say 4 years ago, and it's grown now, and she's got the support of so many people in the community in terms of like celebrities, sports people, musicians. And once people see that you're trying something, people will support, people are willing to support. But it's about the trying and it's about the starting. So now what they do is they've got apprenticeship schemes with different companies, and those kids that she started with now are in universities, and they were on the brink of exclusion from school. They were on the brink of what you'd call gang violence or whatever. But now they're working people, they're going to university and stuff. So I think it's about us being willing to help our own, and giving each other opportunities. And if someone hears something that can help someone, being willing to support and being willing to reach a hand back and pull someone forward. And if everyone can do that for one person each, or one young black boy each, then it goes a long way. It helps, and that's how you build a community. So I think it starts from us looking within, things like what we do with Mambuzuri, just looking in within us and trying to see what we can do for others, not just us.
Wow, God, over to you. What should we do?
Everything rises and falls on leadership. Um, we need to be very strategic as a community. If you look at the Asian community, they're very strategic. Even getting into, the, the things of the government, you cannot just continue begging them. We need to get into the positions of power and fight for those things, like where mom is inside there. So in some years, and that is one of our visions as Mizizi, to raise leaders who are not just not going to become footballers only, but people who are going to get into things like politics and fight legislation from the house there. So we need to start thinking and have a vision, not only for 10 years, but in 50 years to come. Where are we going to be as a generation? Because we are not going to be here for long. Our children, Pharaoh looked at the children of Israel and he knew these guys, if we don't take care of them, they are going to turn us around. We need to start thinking as generation, not only 5 years, but we need to start thinking 20 years. We need to have a vision and come together as not only as young people, but also as community leaders, and how we are going to go for bigger things. Because if we don't have a vision, then we are going to perish. So we need to start, even in the legislative We don't want only our children to become footballers only. They need to aspire for, and I'm not saying football is bad. We want them to get into football, but football, you can only play it when you're up to about 40 years, and then after that, so you need to get into a career where you got skills that even after you retire from football, you can still be seen as. So as a community, we need to be very strategic. We need to have a strategic vision. So we need to have what I'm thinking, we need to sit down as leaders, bring the youth leaders, bring the women, bring the men, and think, where are we going to be in the next 20 years? Where are we going to be in the next 50 years as a community? Because we need to think banks. We need to think political parties. We need to think those kind of things, not just investing in Kenya. We've invested so much in Kenya that we've forgotten that our children are citizens in this country. We need to invest here. We need to buy properties here. We need to get into big things. Ken?
Wow. Guys. You've got so much. And I hope you are reading the comments. I particularly like that one comment from Walim, who should have been here with us, Walim Alex. He's one of the mentors. I know he teaches young adults, and he actually takes it upon himself to talk to our young people. He's doing so well in his own private way. I think I should also bring him here. Guys, let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Wow. We still continue. This is Beacon of Hope. And tonight, I can tell you guys, we've got such a beautiful program where, we are challenging the Black boy. We are not just challenging. We want to find out, how can we support this young the Black boy? What are we doing? What are some of the things that we should be doing as a community, as individuals? And just as we continue, this is Christmas time. We're heading to Christmas. Are you planning to travel to Kenya? Are you planning to sponsor family on a treat? Would you like, as you sit back here, to plan for your family to go on a safari? Would you like to treat them for Christmas? Just surprise your friend, surprise your girlfriend, surprise your mommy, your daddy, your auntie, your brothers, your sisters, anybody. It could even be your shosho. It is there, all arranged for you. Sit right back and contact Django Dwellers. Django Dwellers are our own. They are here. And guess what? Organizing beautiful safari for us. Now, here is Bonnie, who is here in UK. He is the founder of Django Dwellers Limited, a tour company which is registered in the UK with ground operations in Kenya. What do they offer? Packaged holidays in form of safaris, beach holidays in Kenya. They do the visa application and flight ticket bookings. So when you book with them, unalipa pole pole. You can postpone, you can transfer your holiday to the loved one, and your data is safe with them. It is really safe. You can pay in sterling pound, you can pay in Kenyan money, Kenya shillings. Django Dwellers. You know what? Some of the ideas they've got, just to give you a taster, you can pay for a 4 or 5 days South Coast beach holiday. You can pay for a 5 days or 4 nights North Coast holiday. You can pay to go to 5 days Christmas at the Heart of Mara. Oh, I'd love that. You can pay 5 days Christmas at the Amboseli. You can go to any of the local hotels. You can go to Nakuru Lodge. You can go any of those places. All arranged here. Pay for a friend, sponsor somebody. Django Dwellers. All these readily available. If you get in touch with Bonnie, who is here in UK, and Bonnie is on +25478. No, it's not +254, sorry. +447845 446 And I'm going to ask Bonnie also to share with us the contacts. Share the contacts, Bonnie, so that people can arrange. It's possible. Sponsor somebody. Could be your mommy. You want to treat them and you cannot travel because of 1, 2, 3. Your daddy, your uncle, your cousin, your girlfriend. Sponsor them. Django Dwellers are here for us. And I hope you're still remembering that to send money, tap is the easiest way, interest-free. It's there, the highest rate of exchange.
Niajiwase. TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate. Hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany. Too mucky too.
Welcome back. I've just had a sip of water because this studio today is burning. Yes, these guys want to explain to us. They want us to get as much information as possible. And particularly us as a Kenyan community in the diaspora. It does not matter. I know you are in the US and some of us in Australia. I can see Germans here. It does not matter where you are. But we are talking about that boy child. What is lacking? Is there a link? Is there anything missing? Is there anything that we should be doing? Sophie Ikenya, I should bring you here. You deal with people every day. What should be done? What should we be doing? Catherine Monio, you know you've got sons. What are we doing? We should be discussing this and see where have we failed? Or if not us, what can be done so that we have a bright future? And I was just talking to you so that we can have Django dwellers. Look at the contact. Please do that. And also don't forget buying land. Almond Estate Company Limited. Almond Estate Company Limited. Tomorrow they have a treat for you if you're within Nairobi, or you can send somebody. They have a treat, a tour bus to go and see all the projects they have, the land, the houses, and eventually end up somewhere for Nyama Choma, for Mbuzi. Almond Estate Company Limited. Send somebody to go and see. And they are on +254 733 and also to buy the land in Muthaiga Keno, which is a quarter acre, 20 million. It's contact +254 722 +254 722 Back to our topic. It's burning. It's hot. I'm bringing my guests again. Welcome back, my guests. I hope you have not disappeared. We are still talking about the boy child. And I'm sure you had time during the short break to read all the comments that we are getting from the different viewers we have tonight. And our topic now, right now, we want to think of what can we do? What should be done? And Ken started by saying he's got a Mambuzuri program. I'm sure we'll end up also with Gad, who is our chief guest tonight, to talk about what he has started. Let's quickly go back to Ken. Again, I know we've featured you, Ken. What is Mambuzuri? What is Mambuzuri doing? Do you think it's having an impact? What more can we do as parents? What can we do as individuals, as a Kenyan community? Over to you, Ken.
Yeah, thank you. I think, I believe, as I said just before the break, the key is definitely us kind of taking personal responsibility, even if it's just one or two people, one or two young men or whatever it is. You know, it's about that responsibility of taking on leadership, as God said, and having someone, mentors within the community to look up to and to look at, who you can talk to and confide in, other than your parents. So that's key. So that kind of leads me to Mambuzuri, which is initially started as an online platform for young Kenyans within the diaspora, whether it's the UK, America, Europe. And we have on there daily news, videos, articles, writers from around the world. And we feature, as the name suggests, good news to do with Kenya, good news to do with us, and especially us young people in the diaspora. And it's grown over the past 5 to 6 years very well, very steadily. And we've managed to reach so many people within, different communities within the UK and then America and Europe as well. And we have that connection with Kenya now as well. And we're just trying to build that bridge to, kind of, as Gad was saying in the beginning, the separation in, I guess, our community is quite, because, you guys, you understand how things are from your perspective, and we also understand things from our perspective, but we have a mixed perspective because we have two communities within us. We have two identities, and sometimes that could lead to an identity clash where you don't know where you stand. You're too Kenyan or you're when you're in Kenya, you're too British. When you're here, you're too Kenyan. So there's an identity clash. So we try and have the forum or the platform for us young Kenyans within the diaspora to have, communion and community and partnerships and things like that. So yeah, which leads me on to what we're doing next, which is the Mambuzuri Kenyan Excellence Awards. So this award ceremony will honor and we'll give flowers to people within our community who are doing great things, great things in the different categories we have. So we've got things like young Kenyan sports person, online content creator, and we've got things like legacy awards. So we've got different ideas of different categories, and people can nominate their friends, they can nominate their family, they can nominate people that they believe within the community deserve these flowers and deserve these awards, because this is part of growing the community. People need to feel honored, people need to feel like they're valuable within the community. So if you want to nominate people, you can go on mambuzuri.com. The nomination page is there, and we're going to close that within the next week, and then we'll have the shortlist for people to vote who they believe in the shortlist, who they believe is the right person. And this is just another example of what we're doing to just try and grow the community, to try and have that community cohesion, to try and make sure that we also don't lose sight of who we are, as Kenyans, to lose sight of who we are as Africans. So we're slowly and steadily trying to just keep the fire burning within the community in the diaspora. And this is just one of the examples that we have and what we're doing.
Excellent, Ken. I'm sure we'll be bringing you back at a later date to come and talk about Mambuzuri. And I know you have to go. I know Mommy has been pushing you only thing for 5 minutes.
No, it was a great discussion, and I think discussions like this also help in advancement of this topic we're having. It's good to discuss, and I think it's good to have an outlet as well. And it's also good to listen. It's also good to have people that are not my age, probably younger than me, because me, I'm a bit removed from now the kids who are in school. I'll be honest, they speak different slang than me a little bit. They listen to different music. They're a little bit removed from me. So my perspective, I was born in Kenya, so it'll be different from someone that was born here, grew up here, and is now currently in school. There's so much difference that has happened in the past, let's say 10 years, that I might not even relate to them too much. So it's good to have the different age groups and different age gaps, and we can all kind of share and bounce ideas off each other, because essentially that's what it's about. Once we communicate and understand each other, that's when you grow, that's when the community grows. And I think things like this are very important. So yeah, keep up the good work.
Thank you. Before you leave, Ken, I'm sure God would like to say something to you now, and then you can leave. I'll let you go. And my sincere apologies. That's Mommy for you. I have to push you. And thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being there in my program, in my show, in our show with Bishop, Dad. So, God, you want to say something? Oh, sorry, you are mute. Go on. Sorry, I've unmuted.
I'd like to say honestly, Ken is one of the leaders that I'm very proud, and I would like to associate more with him. I want to connect with Ken as in Mizizi, where we can work with him as a peer counselor, because there's a language he speaks which we may not be able to speak. He's saying he's young, but he is not my age. So Ken, congratulations for the work you're doing in Mambuzuri. If we are looking for partner organizations where we can network. Our Mizizi is not only in Coventry. We are going to move to London, when we are going to look for other young men and women when we can work with you. But I like your thinking. Mom has brought up a sharp young man, and congratulations. You're not only a handsome young man, but you're a sharp man. And we are going to exchange contacts. Thank you, Ken.
Thank you.
Enjoy your weekend, Ken. No,
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Guys, I'm proud of my son. That's my son, and I love him. I'm proud of him. That's our son. I'm sure Bishop somewhere is talking something about. He's gonna put it up there. So we love you. We love you. You know, we love you so much.
Love you too. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Thank you for coming to our show.
Thank you so much, and I look forward to connecting with you too.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Ken.
Take care.
Right. So here we go, God. Ken had to go. I'm sorry. I pushed him. We pushed him too far.
I liked it.
Well, we needed to hear from a younger person's perspective, and it helps us to get to where you are now, because I like what you said, that obviously Ken is of another age and he speaks a different language from you, which is very, very important for us to understand. And one thing I've listened and I heard Ken says, we need to listen. And he's also referring to us. We need to listen to these young people. We listen to their cry. We need to know what is it that they're looking for, because they might not be able to say it in words, but their actions, it's speaking to us. It's telling us we have failed somewhere. It's telling us there's something that needs to be done, which also now leads me to bring in you and talk about what you're doing.
Thank you, Mom. And the truth is that one of the traits which are very, very important as a mentor is listening. In fact, for you to speak to these young people, you cannot come with a tone of commanding them. They won't listen to you. They want you to listen to them. So thank you for this opportunity. And I just want to acknowledge everyone who has joined. Thank you, including Anita, my wife. And
go on, mention them there. Give them a shout out.
I want to acknowledge my wife, my sister. I cannot see them, but there's so many people who have joined. Please, let's support this work which is happening in Beacon of Hope. I want to acknowledge my bishop, Bishop John Kahehu. That is a mentor to me. You see, as a mentor, as a man, there are three mentors you need to do. You need a Paul. You need a father figure who speaks to you. You also need a Barnabas, a peer mentor whom you check, you are accountable to each other. But you also need a Timothy whom you are lifting up. And that's what we are doing as Mizizi with people like Jehu and other mentors. I just want to acknowledge my brother Jehu is our CEO in Mizizi. So what we are doing in Mizizi, Mom, the Bible says in the book of 2 Timothy, because our principle comes from the word. 2 Timothy 2:2, that the things you've heard from me, look for other faithful men whom you're going to teach also. You see, the Bible is a book about fatherhood. The last words of a person are very, very important. And God spoke some words in the book of Malachi, the last chapter, and he kept quiet for 400 years. So we need to know what he said so that we can. And God said in the book of Malachi, chapter 4, these are the last words, that behold, I'll send Elijah, a father figure, and the prophet before the coming of great dreadful day. And he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to the fathers, lest I come and curse the earth with a curse. And God kept quiet for 400 years, never spoke. Then he comes, and Elijah comes and starts speaking about repenting. And when Jesus is baptized, as we saw, God affirms him, says, this is my beloved son, whom I'm well pleased. You know, those words are very, very important, because I'm going to show you the dangers of children without a father. But first, you know, when God said, this is my beloved son, I can imagine how Jesus felt, because for us fathers, what we are looking for is fathers who are going to say, good, my beloved son, I'm proud of you. I have a son. I have two sons, one in Kenya. Stevie is here with me in Coventry, and another one in Kenya called Rodney. And if I tell them I'm proud of you, oh, they can do anything. So those words, they were about three words combined. They were words of adoration, they were words of approval, and they were words of affirmation. That is what Mizizi we want to do. Let me just share shortly the dangers, and this is because I've done a research for me to get into Mizizi. Why did I start Mizizi? Mizizi is a registered community interest group. We seek to bring fathers together who can speak to the sons, and it doesn't matter whether the child is raised. We are looking to gap the absentee fathers, but we are not pointing fingers at any family, whether be it single mothers. In fact, we honor the work that single mothers do, but we realize that there's a gap. Fathers became so busy that they left the work of mentoring young men, and that's why the issues of this crime and stabbings and all these is mostly the black people. So we cannot still sit idly, because all it takes for evil to prosper is for good people to do nothing. So we need to be proactive and do something. So I've come up with this organization, and my vision is that we start it here in Coventry, look for us other young other men in London, in Leicester, in Nottingham. We're going to have groups everywhere of Mizizi, and also we are going to go into Kenya. So this is a pilot project, and we know it's going to work. We are going to launch the program officially in the 15th of January in the Methodist Central. We are partnering with the Lions Club. We're going to have them. We are going to have a lot of distinguished guests, but I'm going to talk about that later. But let me say, you are a teacher, ma'am. As I said, across England and Wales, 1 in 4 primary schools have no male teacher. 80% have fewer than 3.
That's true.
According to David Lammy, MP, out of the 19 young offenders arrested in Tottenham, I think 2011, only 2 had active dads. In 2010, the cost of young, let me just forget about that. But the Center of Social Justice says 70% of young offenders come from broken families. So the issue of a dad is of essence. The removal from families, there's so much I don't want to, but let me say, according to psychology, children with diminished self-concept, and they become compromised in their physical, emotion, and security. They also have behavioral problems. You see, there's a way a father doesn't need to beat you, but there's a way a father can look at you. There are words, there's a security there's a discipline the father brings in the house. So also poor performance. 70% of high school dropouts they were connected to fatherlessness, delinquency, youth crime, violent crime, and drugs and alcohol, exploitation and abuse, and emotional mistreatment, physical and health problems, mental health disorders, and children getting early pregnancies, mortality. Fatherless children are likely to die as children and live an average of 4 years less of a lifespan. So we see the issues of a father are important. So what have we done? Mentoring is we don't want to become technical, because there are many ways of mentoring. There's one-to-one mentoring. There's a group mentoring where a role model or a mentor meet a group for about continuously, like in a month twice. With the team mentoring, which I aim to do, bring some eminent men who can speak to some young people. You go to sports play together, you do nyamachoma, you sit down and bring counselors like you. And there's also peer-to-peer mentoring, where I can bring Ken to come and speak to the young people. And I want to acknowledge group. I want to involve group mentoring and team mentoring and peer mentoring. We want to avoid one-on-one for now, but um, for us to have that kind of impact, we need the support of the community because we cannot do it alone. The truth is that this nation, people are busy, but you have to create time. You have to be in. There's a friend of mine called Catherine, Minister Catherine. She knows us here from our church. She's like saying you have to be intentional. So we've become intentional, and we have decided we are going to bring these young people together.
Right. I think I need I just briefly just cut you so that we
Yeah,
go
yeah, yeah.
take every step at a time, and you're doing very well. You are really explaining, Mizizi, which is, as Ken said, these are some of the things that we need. These are some of the projects as a community we need. I will still go back to that point. There's a point you keep making. And what I do in Beacon of Hope, one, get me right, I am not advocating, I am not an advocate for single parenthood, okay? But I have been fostering children for over 10 years, almost 15 years now. And trust me, about 90 or 80% of the children I've fostered have come from broken homes where there were both parents. So what I would like us to really understand, these single parents will still be here with us. Having been a single parent, and I keep saying they'll still be here with us. But what I want us to do, and I would like you to really support me in this, what can we do to support them now they're here with us? These boys are here. Do we just leave them and say they don't have a male figure, they don't have a father figure, and so we expect the statistics have shown the politicians, like you quoted David Rami, which I don't quote politicians despite being a politician, because I can get any statistics to favor what I want at any particular time. I like going to the real deep figures where I can rely on from policies and all that. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is these single parents will still be with us. One, being a single parent comes from different ways. We must know that. Some have been maybe divorce, separation, bereavement, choice. It could be out of rape. It could be not well prepared. It could be they differed and all that. So this lack of the father figure in the family could be as a result of 1 million reasons. Now that boy child is there in that fatherless home, I would like us to dwell on what you are doing as Mizizi, not bring those words which some of them have, because it could have been you don't have a father figure in the house because you divorced. You don't have a father figure in the house because you are bereaved. You don't have a father figure in the house because of choice, maybe. You don't have a father figure because of various reasons. Now that we have them here, and we are here as a community, and I like to look at it that way myself. What should Mizizi, what should Mambuzuri, what should Mrs. Bishop BK, what should Beacon of Hope be doing? Because we are looking at a farm community, a farm father of tomorrow,
Yeah.
So I want us to look at it that way. Let's not. I know we cannot move away from the statistics. They are there, but now that we have the statistics on our fingertips, what are we doing with those statistics? Are we moving? Are we focusing on supporting this boy child who has no father figure?
Thank you.
So this is what I want us to discuss tonight.
I will focus on that. I also want to be very clear that I'm not here to point fingers. And let me give a brief history. It's good to be practical, to speak about my life. You see, my father was a politician. And my father and my brother wouldn't mind me saying this, because for you to be able to connect with people, you got to be rare.
Of course.
Most of the time, my dad was an absentee father. He was an awesome father, but we saw him sometimes after a month. And the unfortunate thing, he died also young. He died when we were very young. He died when I finished Form 4. So my younger brothers and us, we've been brought up by our mom. So if there are people who I know are important, are mothers. But having said that, the issue of a male figure, it is very important. You know, you say something very important. Even for you, you looked for anchors, you looked for bishops, you look for pastors who can speak into Ken's life, because whether you like it or not, there are some things as a mother you cannot teach your son. And that is what I want us to get clear. I'm not here to look down upon any.
No, we are not reprimanding.
But
This,
the truth,
like I say, God, this is an open talk. And
yeah, what
I
I'm saying, the
like
solution,
the
the solution, we need to address the solution.
Yes.
We need to address we need to address the problem right now
Yeah.
by saying that child may never even have a physical father, but he need a male figure who can speak into his life, who can talk about his sexuality with him. You know, sometimes he'll wake up with his thing standing. You cannot tell him because you've never experienced it. It's only a man who have ever experienced
Somebody
it.
needs to be there to tell him this is
Exactly,
normal,
he'll break his voice. There's something just like I cannot be able to talk to my daughter about some issues because I don't know them. The same thing, a mom can never address some things in a son because it. So for me right now, my focus, and I have a daughter, my focus is on the male child and what we need to do. What I'm saying is that the past has happened. We can never go back, and we don't want to. Some things will never work. But please, let's first bring those boys together and have some young men do nyamachoma with them, play football with them, listen to them. Sometimes they just want to talk and we listen. And if the most important thing for a male child is trust. If we can gain the trust of a male figure who also is a trustworthy man, that is the most important thing. Because there are some wounds. These boys who are stabbing people and doing all those things is because they've got hurt, they've got wounds. They need just someone they can sit down, talk to, and say, you know, I'm angry that my dad left. You know, I'm angry with the society. God, and I need just to listen, and I say, yes, I'm not here to judge you. Talk to me. Let's go for football. Let's go watch a movie. Let's do some nyamachoma. And if that young man I can gain his trust, this thing is not going to happen over time. I'm going to tell you, because it's something which has built up over time.
Absolutely.
It is a process, and because we've started it, we need not to stop. So what we plan to do as Mzizi is to bring this we may start with a small number, but if we can get also the trust of the community, because also it takes time.
It does.
Some of us also failed the society, and we are here, we are saying sorry. What we plan to do for starters is to bring also the fathers and to bring the sons and go into a prayer meeting and have the fathers bless these sons and tell them, I love you, I bless you. They've never had that. They've never had that. So bring those boys to us as Mrs. First of all, we are going to apologize to you, our moms, our sisters, that we failed you in the first place. We've not been good fathers. I want to apologize on behalf of men. Men, we've been busy with meetings, sometimes even in church, sometimes in Uber, that we come in the evening when you've slept, and we leave in the morning when you haven't woken up. We haven't spent time with you. We are saying we are sorry. Please forgive us, our moms as a society, but we cannot dwell in the past. If that forgiveness is created and we invite because we cannot do without God, and we invite God to bring healing and restoration. Some of these things are going to take time because some ladies are also very bitter. I've met some ladies who say, if
That's true. Oh, yes, that's true. That's
so
true.
there's some women also who are very bitter, and I understand if someone was beating on you. So we want first to bring reconciliation, and it's also going to take time. But we cannot have our young men dying, being stabbed, and dying at an early age when we can do something. So forgive us. Let's start a process where you can give us these young men. We do barbecue with them. We do machoma. You know, in Kenya, we used to and all those things with that, but these things don't happen.
In Kenya, I remember the boys used to be taught how to chinja the
Exactly.
and all that. Can I also come in and say, I think it also starts with the men that we have. We need to have the men get together, talk fast among themselves, get well prepared, because like you say, you have failed, yes, and I acknowledge, and that's very good, you acknowledge. And the men also need to get together, they themselves, they need to put their act together before they go and talk to these boys. Because listen, it's not funny. These boys already see these absent dads. These boys already see these dads who are nowhere, who don't talk to them, or they badly behaved and all that. So the men also need to be kind of mentored a bit. You men getting together before you get to them. Did you hear what Ken said? So in order to identify the mentors, you people need also to identify amongst yourselves, because yes, it's an open talk, and I stand to be corrected, because we are here to help each other. I believe you're not gonna pick every single man just because they are men to be the mentors there, because there are men who also need some mentorship. Just like there are women who in mothering, we need to be mentored. We need someone who is older than us, or somebody who is slightly younger, for us to talk to them and teach them. So I believe before we even go to those boys, before we start talking to them, there is the issue of you guys getting, and I believe that's what you are doing, you, Akina, Jeho, and all the others, getting together as men and preparing yourselves and looking at the main problem and saying, yes, we got it wrong here and we need to correct it, and getting your acts right before we go there. And I'm also doing the same. We're also doing the same with women, because it's also biblical. I like what Bishop keeps reminding me. There is a verse, I think it is in Titus or whatever, I'll look for it, where it says, so as we older women, we look at the younger girls who are getting married, teach them how to bring up children, teach them how to treat their husbands, teach them how to look after their family, look after all these things. So the same thing. You see, we need to get together. And I was coming to that point where we really need to, I think, there are those, yes, I like what Mimo says. We are all talking, we are discussing here, guys, because I'm not an expert. I've never done counseling, I can tell you. I'm a teacher by profession. I have done law up to masters, but I'm not a counselor. But all these things come with experience. Ruth Moiro say, I can say this is that, my bro, you have been there for my son. He takes you seriously. Good, you see, because he trusts you, he knows you. Mimo Ito says, wisdom, Mrs. BK, dysfunctional individuals can be mentors. All that kids need is, you see, I'm not alone in this, because we know we have got those men who are not, we cannot rely on them. They also need mentorship. So it's two-way. And I really, really want to appreciate what you are doing. And I believe, like I said, by my sentiment there, I said, I'm sure you have not picked every Tom, Dick, and Harry and called them and told them, come, we are mentoring boys. Because even the boys, you look at them and wonder, for him to talk to me, he needs to talk to himself first. For her to talk to me, Mrs. Bishop, she needs to talk to herself first. So I believe you are taking such an approach. And after that, we will get somewhere. Because
True.
even as a teacher, in order for me to teach, I had to go to college to be taught how to teach. I had to be trained, you know. As a politician, I've done leadership, and then I'll be able to give back what I've learned.
You see, I don't want to. I'm not going to take and stand up for the men and say that we are going to do screening, we're going to go through DBS. But
yes,
what I want to emphasize is that for us to grow as a society, if we pinpoint we can never have anyone standing up, we need to do some reconciliation also. Because even in the society, someone else will come and pinpoint that this is not a very good. So what we need is that the truth. There is no perfect man, and what we need to do is that we need role models in the society. Absolutely. But at the same time, also, I want to ask ladies to let go. Because, you know, when you hold unforgiveness, that bitterness is the one which eats you up. Yes, these men, let me tell you, this for you, even for men.
It's for everybody. It's all of us. It's all of us.
Yeah, but the truth is that there's a way this country favors men and women. And men feel sometimes that
sidelined.
I don't want to bring politics but the truth, this country
the two of us are politicians, so if we get there, we will hammer it.
No, yeah, I don't want to go there, but we all know the produce tidekete aduri mono kogo ni ona aduri magetide kago ni ne kuro ga mana aduri jugwe ma hey chance legene ma hetire no muduri odo ma odo maria ana hetokira todo, you know, even mutumia tarum anita no edimu, and she can call you and you can talk for hours. Me, before I call Bishop, it's going to take time. So
because of your ego. Because of your ego, we women, we bow down and we talk.
Like in our church, and I don't want to talk about any church, we've been speaking and we're talking. This healing is only that
even Bishop, my husband, has got a program that is running very well.
Exactly. Things are starting.
Like tomorrow, before I forget, tomorrow, if you can drive all the way to Thatched House from 2, they've got a program for men, exclusive men, where they eat their machoma, have soup, and discuss these things that you're talking about.
Wow. So I don't want to stand up and say that men have been, but also men, you know, when they came to this country, it's not what they expected. So things have been very rough. It's only things are changing. People stayed without papers for a very long time. And so it was a very rough time for it's now that they are getting stable. So even that time for mentoring boys was no. Yeah, people can tell you things were bad, but because now things are stabilized for men, things can change. We now have boys who are almost now men like us. My son Patrick is who comes to your program. He's a man now. He's not someone we can. He's very soon he'll be calling me for the wedding. No, this bitterness we had, it has to stop, and we connect once again. You might not become to get together as a husband and wife. No more, no one. You know, between ex and allow forgiveness and say this is our child. So I don't want to put a blame on any man or woman, but I say all men have a responsibility because let me tell you, even if I say that man is not supposed to come and mentor, of course we have a committee which works with me. But when we call men together, any son even that wants his father, any son, even though he hasn't seen that father for a very long time, if he grows up, he's going to look for his father. So the solution is something starts as a process, then it builds up. As we've started, and now we're talking with people like Ken, there are some issues which we'll never solve, but there are things which we don't want the next generation to go through. We want them to learn how they are going to speak to their sons. So the most important thing is fathers to arise and start affirming their sons. You know, for us, we grew up in a very harsh world. My father could not hug me or peck me or tell me I love you. It's bedroom. Now me, I can play football with my son. We can roll. And none of those kind of ego we had is breaking down. So even the fathers have to stop being very hardened, that they cannot open up and just tell their sons, I love you. Or, you know, the best thing you can do for your son right now is to love your wife.
Absolutely. I know. I can proudly say that I've seen my children, they have taken from their dad Bishop, because he does everything so open. And I'm sure you saw that even before. He shows it. He openly portrays, he shows it. And so you can see the sons, and even the ones you haven't met, the daughters where they're married, and, you know, they've taken it. So I believe that is important also. They can borrow from what they see, because children learn from an early age. They learn by seeing. They learn by what they see.
I love what my sisters are. My sister is saying I can't pick any man to be. I can't pick any man. I know. Of course, you got to use wisdom, and that one I cannot. The rest to use. But also, there are women who treated some men very badly. So
it's
anyway,
both ways. We've even had in Kenya where women have even actually stabbed their husbands, where they have thrown, even here, they have thrown their clothes in a black bag outside. And I know it's still happening even today. And you brought your wife here, you know, you educated her and all this. And the next thing she knows, I can do things. And then black bag, call the police and say he's been doing this, and the police will listen to the wife more. So all these things, I know they're there. We are not going there. That is domestic violence. We are not going there. We are thinking of our boy child now. Let's focus on our boy child and the Mizizi and Mambuzuri and all the other programs that we have and see. And people, please, I can see your comments. We want to hear what more you guys are doing, or what more we can do. Sister Ruth Moiro says, woman of God, by just hearing your son Ken talking earlier on, you are a true role model. You've done it, mom, both as a wife, mom, and a politician. Yes! Amen. Thank you, Ruth. And you know where we have come from. Ruth knows Ken from when he was, I think, 5 years. Ruth and Anita, they know Ken from when he was 5 years. So all glory goes back to God, my sister. I can't.
One of the things.
You know, we used to go for prayers overnight with him. I would carry a sleeping bag with him in
That's
church.
my lovely sister. I love her.
I love her so much, Ruth. They know me. We used to be with them in church and pray overnight. I know today you'll be told it is child molestation, but it's your choice. Oh, let's go back to you, not about me. We're talking about your program and what we're doing.
We are proud of you, Mom. We are proud of you. You know, we had our wedding the same day, so that's one thing we share. We should have a joint anniversary.
Don't bring it there, because you made my sister and my sister Wamoita to miss the wedding because you planned it. We are coming there. Jeho says, good point, Miss Kangede. When boys, oi, Jeho, I'm no longer Miss Kangede. My brother says when boys fail, it doesn't imply failed fatherhood. Some fathers are present and have put very huge efforts in trying to shape their sons without success. Yes, I know it happens. I know that. I am not standing on any side, my brother. I know that. That when it comes to looking at the women who have failed, I don't support them 100%. Yes, I don't. Because I'm for this child to be brought up in the right way, in the right manner, in the right environment, because we want a brighter future. We want good fathers in future. We want our sons. I want my Ken to be the best dad ever. I want my Ken to be the best husband ever. And if we don't do anything, we have the worst reckless husbands, wives also, fathers, mothers, future, then no politicians, no leadership, no church ministers, all this. So it's very, very important that we really check from the beginning, from the mizizi, from the roots.
You see, I read a book by Obama that even when he grew up, he longed to connect with his father, and he came as a young man. All the way he went to Siaya just to understand his father. And if you read that book, he understands his father, some of the issues he went through as a black young man growing up, having a family, white family in America. So these young men, even if you don't connect them with their fathers, when they grow up, they'll go and look for that, because there's a part of them which longs for that affirmation. Because what happens is that our mother, they nurture us, they breastfeed us, but your identity comes from your father. That's the man who can speak to you and tell you, well done, you've done it. If that father comes to that football practice, oh, that man feels so good. Just that hug from the father, and that is what we want to do as Mizizi. Tell the fathers we can do it. We can start speaking to these young. We can start to affirm this. It's not too late. We can start. You see, the Jews every day they bless their sons. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord make His face shine upon you. Every day, every day, every day. So we can do it. We can start blessing these young people. We can start to declare them that you can do it. Just telling that man you can do it, if he's like he's on top of the world. That approval they are longing for. So we appreciate what the mothers have done, and we can never replace any mother. But even if a mentor comes from where, you can never replace the work that is done by a mother. But we just want to bring that missing joint of the father figure. The fathers may not be there, but look for an uncle. Let's work together as Mizizi, because now we have a system. Systems are very important. Now we are recognized by the government for us as Mizizi. Then we can approach the government and tell them we are having a function, and we give us some funds because we are raising. Give us a room. So when you have a structure, you now can be able to even engage the council. You can ask for some laptops. You can ask for, So it is very important to work with a recognized structure, and that's what we've done as Mizizi. So that when we sit down, we now can approach the government. We can even speak to other leaders. We can speak to pastors. Beacon of Hope, you see, they can call us because we have a structure, and that's what has been lacking. I'm not saying that men have not been doing it, but you need to do it in a very structural way so that you leave a template that the next generation can follow and do it right.
I've just been reading some of the comments. Sometimes I'll get some inbox. I'll get some inbox. Well, some of the comments are too exclusive. I'm not gonna bring them up here, but all I'm gonna say is that people are really appreciate what we are doing, and they're telling us to do more of this and to expand more, both Mizizi and Mambuzuri. And somebody's asking, why can the two work together? The two complemented each other so well, God and Ken. Why
we will work together?
Yeah, someone is giving me a compliment from my chat, in my private chat, that the two of them can work very well, and somebody is really thanking me for bringing up this and saying they have learned something, they have known something. This person is a single parent, and they know that they can turn to you, they can talk to Ken if they start need. And oh dear, you see what I told you about this program? We think it's going to go for 1 hour.
I know our time is
almost up. 2 hours. But then the thing is, we need to create this time. We need to create. Ruth, don't go there. Ruth, don't go there. She says, I missed your wedding too. Would have loved to be a yes, you know where we've come from. You and Anita and God. You owe me big time. Next anniversary, you are treating me. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Because you missed. You planned it on purpose. We've come a long way. So we as we come to almost to the end of this, I'm sure you'd like to talk briefly about, the next plan. You did say we are launching it. You are launching it sometimes. Meanwhile, if there's anything you are doing, or if anybody would like to reach out to you, please, this is your opportunity now.
First of all, once again, thank you very much for the work you're doing, Beacon of Hope. And I like, you're very organized. And you can see even your son and the bishop, and we listen to you. Let me say is that we want to gain the trust of the community. And West Midlands, we are the center of UK, Coventry. So we start from here and grow to other places. We have about 10 young men have been mentoring. But now as I said, we are a registered organization. We are going to be launching officially on the 15th of January. So that after that, we are going to have prayers where we're going to bring men and their sons and bless them. Then after that, we're going to have programs. One of the programs is an environmental program in Kano Basin, where our CEO, Jeho, is in charge, where the young people they'll go out and clean the river and do fishing and just do environmental. We'll be doing Yamachoma. We'll have formal and informal talks with them. We'll invite our mom just to come and speak to us, even about political, because we want to invite people like Ken. So we are going to have various people coming to speak to these young people. We are starting small and growing. So we want to tell the parents in Coventry, give us the young people. We promise you're going to see a change after 1 year. Things do not happen that fast. It's a process. They have to trust us. And as they trust us, it takes time. We go watch football together. We do Nyamachoma together. Some of these young people, they've got a lot of bitterness. We need just to take time and listen to them But I can tell you, it's not that we are qualified, but by the grace of God, we know something about fatherhood and about sons, because we've seen a need and we are going to fulfill it. I want to tell you that our mentors, for starters, are going to be screened, people of good repute in the society, people who are going to go through the DBS, because we are working in a structure. We're just not doing anything anyhowly. And we'll get your permission, and you're going to get the permission of our mentees written down we want to start for a period of about 52 weeks, free of charge. If you want to become a blessing to organization, pray for us, bless us in anyhow. Of course, we'll need the finances from you. These things like the hiring of halls and everything, they take finances. So it takes support of well wishers, donors. Our website will be out in the next 2 weeks, where you can just look at what we are doing. Once again, we are grateful for all your comments, and Mom, even for having honored us with an invite. I know we planned for some time back, but I know you're a busy woman. Having me here, I just say thank you. Thank you once again for my family, my brother, and Pastor Reverend Thomas, and my sister Mary back in London. Those are my mentors. Me, I learned about fatherhood from my brother. When he got saved, I got to know about the Lord Jesus Christ. So I honor my brother, and I love him so much. And my sister, who's been like a sister whom I never had, because we are 5 brothers, no sister. And of course, I love my sister Ruth so much. She's my favorite. God bless you. Thank you, ma'am.
Wow, wow, wow. Viewers, this has been our Friday program, Beacon of Hope. And of course, tonight we've just been talking about the boy child. And with my two guests, one has already disappeared. It's a Friday night for the young people. Was my son, my own son, our own son with Bishop Ken Kangeve. And now we've had another son, God, who is all the way in Coventry. And my. If you're just joining us, kindly go and repeat, go and listen. These two are power packed. They've got so much information. They've got so much they've planned. They've carried the boy child with them. And you can see the passion. You can see they really, really want to support. We do not want cabbage men. They want men who are loaded. They want men to grow up into proper men who know their responsibilities, who know who they are in Christ, who know as an African man what is expected of them. I know our boys are growing up in a very, very difficult environment. And like my son Ken said, with all these different cultures, but these two are getting together and they want to support the boy child, which is, people say, the endangered. I don't know, a son born here. Oh my God, I shouldn't have. The boy child is endangered species. They say the boy child is endangered species. Where is Bonnie? Oh, he's here. Oh, Reverend, I didn't say that. So once again, we really want to appreciate everybody who tuned in and everybody who's going to watch this program after this. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel so that when you miss any of the programs because of various reasons, you can always catch up. This is all what we do. This is all what we aspire to do in Beacon of Hope. We want to motivate. We want to inspire. We want to teach somebody. We want to learn something new. And you know, in Beacon of Hope Friday program, I always try and bring various topics, different speakers. And like tonight, we had the boy child. And I tell you what, because of all the upcoming problems that we have, especially in diaspora, I want to bring more. And I'm sure God is getting ready, maybe in the new year, just before the launch of the Mizizi, we're going to come back and see the progress and talk more about the preparations. So once again, we don't want to take you for granted. Thank you for sparing your time. Thank you to those in Kenya. I know it takes your bundles. I know those in UK, in US, in Germany, in Australia, in Qatar, wherever you are. It takes your time. This is a Saturday afternoon where most people are busy, but thank you. I can see St. James Daktari. Najua umefunga kazi sahi, and here you are watching. You missed a bit. You missed your young brother. He was here. I'm sure you will follow after this. And Disho, my sister, I know you can follow after this. All of you, Agnes Mungai says, well done, Mami. Yes, please do follow, and I'm sure God will give you his contact. He'll give you his contact so that if you want to get in touch, if you want to join the Mizizi, he can put up the link for the Mizizi. I can see my sister Kaferidia all the way, Jane Jaroga, my sister. You are watching my sister Ruth Kangeve, my sister Jane Kangeve, who never leave me. The greatest support that I have here. My darling Bishop BK is here. He's always here with me. He's always supporting me. He's always encouraging me. Yes, he's my prayer partner, my best friend. He is here. I wouldn't be as strong as I am if he wasn't here. He keeps encouraging me. And my sons, I can see they're all there. And my daughters, our baby daughter, Angel Sunshine, is here, watching, following, listening keenly, and encouraging me. She's here with mommy and daddy too. Now, guys, as we come to the end, I still want to remind you, tomorrow, those of you who can join us, I am ministering in Springforth Church. I am ministering in Springforth Church for the Virtuous Woman Conference. If you can just Google, you will see Springforth, and I can see Boro is here, Steve, Pastor Boro, Steve is here. If you can put the link, if you are able, please do. So I will be ministering to women. It's called the Virtuous Women Conference in Springfield Church, and we've got other guests lined up. So it's from 1 to 6 p.m. If you can join me, I am sure we'll also be live. Just follow us, give me support, pray for me. I'm not the best, but by the grace of God. Then, man, are you anywhere near England? Not England, near London? Bishop BK, my darling, tomorrow has got another series of men. We've just been talking about men. Beacon of Hope, men's exclusive. I am not allowed to be there. Oh. You have nyama choma, soup, and your own talk, your own discussions. And this is going to be, they've been meeting not once, it's going to be at the thatched house upstairs. There are reserved places for you where you order your drinks, your nyama choma, your soup, and then you have your own talks. Men, where you open up, and it is not church. It is anybody is welcome. Anybody who is anywhere in England, I mean, in London, you can come anywhere. And unfortunately, it's not covered live because these men want to express themselves. So we don't even know what happens. It's there. It's left there. What they discuss is left there. So I believe Mwalim, you're getting ready for that. Bishop just would like to send the invitation, and you just bring your 25 pound, and your 25 pound is for your nyama and your soup and your drink, whatever you take, it will be there. So it's a thatched house, Ripper Road. Most of us know where a thatched house is, upstairs. If you go, there's a big banner. And then please pray for these two programs. We are busy people and we are trying to do the best for the community. I am there ministering to these ladies all the way at Springfield Church. Please remember us. And I'm still reminding you, Django Dweras, are you planning to sponsor somebody? Are you planning to travel to Kenya? Even if it's a 1 night, 2 nights, could be in Naivasha, anywhere. Could be in Masai Mara, could be in Nakuru, could be in Mombasa, anywhere. Django Dweras will organize everything for you, from the pickup to the game drive, to the dinner, and then back. If you're going by air, they'll drive you to the airport, go, and then they'll drop you. They organize a pickup. If you're taking the SGR, you'd like to go to the coast, you know, they organize this for you. It could be a night, it could be 2 nights, it could be 3 nights, 4 nights, and everything will be done for you at the comfort of your house. You just pack your bags, they'll bring the van, come and pick you, take you for the game drive, wherever you're going. Look, things are being done for us. All these are being done by Django Dweras Safaris. They are doing so well. And these guys are based here. Let us support our own. Most of us wait until we go and get these things planned for us. Yes, we can do it, and we understand each other better. So for this and others, please get in touch. Get in touch with Bonnie. He's here. Django Dweras, you can put the link again. I'm sure it was up earlier on. You can put the link up again. Please let us support our own as you have your fun. I was listening to a clip somewhere where somebody was telling us that we work so hard here. We send so much money to our brothers, our sisters, our families, and you people, we never give ourselves a treat. Aye, it's about time also you think about yourself and your family. Look at them, Zungu. They spend time, even if he's a toilet cleaner, they will give themselves a holiday. See. Aye, tunajifinyilia sana. Please do something for yourself. Hey, treat yourself. Treat yourself, please. And Django Dweras, you plan all this for you, so you don't even have to send money to family and friends to do that for you. And you can contact him here. You can meet face to face. He's a very free guy. I know that. So Django Dweras, for all your travel plans, wherever you want to go in Kenya on holiday, anytime, just talk to them, Django Dweras. Then I just reminded you, are you buying land? Are you planning to buy land? And anything I bring here, my dears, is something that I've tried and tested. I know Django Dweras, they're reliable. They'll not steal your money. They'll plan the best, and you will go back and go back again. Tried and tested. Very soon, I'll be sending you the clips of some of the things that they do. Buying land. Almond Estate Company Limited, they are the best deals for us. They've got properties, they've got land, and tomorrow there's a planned trip for those of us in Kenya, and you can send somebody. Just contact Almond Estate Company Limited. They are taking people on a trip to see the properties they have, to see the land that they are selling, and then eventually see it for Nyama Choma. And there's a lot that is happening. For the land, you can pay a deposit, be shown your piece of land, and then you pay in installments or you pay cash. If you pay cash, just the transactions start developing. If you pay in installments, just pay a deposit, fill in the details and everything. Then you start paying in 2 years, interest-free. Then the land will be yours. So what are we waiting for? Then if you really want to go for the higher one, there is a piece of land, 1/4 acre in Mudhiga. Keno, a quarter acre is going for 20 million and it's negotiable. You can talk to the owner. If you want all this, also you can contact just to go and see if you want this and further details. Talk to the owner on +254 722 522 589 +254 722 522 589. Call them. Find out more about this land, find out what else can be done. Call Armold Estate Company Limited on +254 733 874 080. Call Django Dweras, and Django Dweras is already there. Call Boniface on +44 78 45 44 6618. Django Dweras, yes. So until next week for another program of Beacon of Hope, I leave you. Remember, the boy child is under siege. We need to do something. We do not want to lose the boy child. We want a responsible father. We want a responsible leader. We want a responsible pastor. We want a responsible husband who will marry our daughters. If we don't do this, and I really appreciate Mizizi, the links are there. Mizizi Mentoring and Mambuzuri, the links are there. Please get in touch. Let's do the best we can. Do the best we can. We are here, and not tomorrow. It's today. Let's do the best we can. Tomorrow, join us with Bishop for the Beacon of Hope family program. And then on Sunday, join us once more in church. Those of you in London, you can come to Dagenham. We have a church, Powerhouse Church, where we minister with Bishop BK. We meet from 1:30 to 3. And wherever you are, if you're in Coventry, look for a Bible teaching church. Land. We need all this. We cannot escape. Faith is part of us. Faith is part of our growing. And with this and many, yes, Ruth, look up for my Facebook page. You said you'd like to link up for the women's conference tomorrow. Look up. Just go for Elizabeth Kangede. Look up on my page. I'll be sharing that. Or Springforth, yes. Springforth Women Conference, yes. We'll be live, yes. It will be live. It will be live tomorrow. You can watch that. Springforth Church. I'll be sending the link once again on my Facebook page. So, Son God, I think we come to the end of our program, and it's just been wonderful to have you and to talk about what you are doing. And guess what? Just wish you all the best. And don't give up. Don't give up. It's never easy. I've dealt with the community. It's never easy. There are those who will tell you off. There are those who will think you're showing off. There are those who will ask you, what do you know? But the one above sees the intent of your heart. He knows why you're doing this. Don't give up on this. Don't give up. Even when I do Beacon of Hope, it's not everybody who acknowledges. But you know what? I am doing it because the one who called us, I'm answerable to the one above. So don't give up. And my best wishes, I know with Jeho also holding your hand and all the others and your family, you will make it. You will go far. So my best wishes, and wishing you a happy festive season, you and your family. My dear young sis, Anita, she's my baby sister. My best wishes. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord do you good. We'll remember you. God bless you. Oh, guys, thank you ever so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being there with us. Thank you for following. Thank you for everything you do. Till we meet tomorrow, we wish you all the best. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord do you good. Don't forget tomorrow, Springforth Church. I am ministering there. You can't afford to miss. Ladies' Conference is the Virtuous Woman. Virtuous Woman, yes. We are there, Springforth Church. Don't forget Beacon of Hope tomorrow, hosting men's exclusive seminar. Men's exclusive talk where men will be sharing. That will be at the Thatched House, £25 with Bishop BK. And it's not Bishop BK ministering, it's you men discussing, talking, just like we have been talking. So until next time, God bless you. We love you. Take care. Look after yourself. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord do you good. Have a lovely weekend. Love you all the way from London Borough of Barking and Dagenham. God bless you. Bye-bye.